Hey everybody, welcome back to Villages Dreamin'. Yes, today, my top 5 reasons for moving to the villages. And, it's a beautiful day here. We have nice weather. Finally, it's not 100 degrees, you know. This is great, the daylight savings time. Only thing is, the sun goes down about 5 o'clock, and you feel like, where did the day go? But it's all good. These are beautiful days. Hope everybody's doing fine out there and staying safe and comfortable. Um, so today, the top 5 reasons why Bobby wants to move to the villages. And, you know, there's actually a lot more reasons. And I reserve the right to amend this anytime in the future. I might come up with more and even change the ranking of my picks. But so starting with number 5 and working our way up to number 1. Uh, Number 5 is, you guys know that I'm a walker, and people who have been with my channel from the beginning know that I take walks, and I call them walk-alongs, and I'll talk to you and show you things that are in my neighborhood and yak a lot. You know, sometimes those videos are a little long, and some people seem to love them, and some people say, "Could you make it a little shorter?" But so my number 5 reason that I want to move to the villages is there's so many walking paths and so much interest, like the Hog Eye path, and so many different places to go and do your walking, whether you want to call it a hike or not. I would call it a walk, and I like to go out and walk every day. And not only the trails, because there's a lot of trails. I'm sure I'd be busy anytime I want to go for a walk. I could find a new place to walk. But not only the trails, sidewalks. You can just take walks along golf courses and enjoy the beauty of the golf courses. Uh, for me, that's big. I enjoy the golf course. I enjoy just the beauty of the golf courses, much less playing. Um, so walking paths and a good place to walk is number 5, and also not even just the walking paths and the sidewalks. When I look at the villages, and each individual village has so many streets and so many homes. And the streets there are not crowded with cars on the side, in the street or anything. They're usually either on the driveway or and most of the time the cars are even in a garage. You don't even see a car in the driveway. And so just even walking, if I want to do a 2-mile walk whatever village I might be in, uh, I know I could go for a 2 or 3 mile walk just on really nice wide streets and be comfortable, you know. And I would love that. I would love that in the evening. I would love it in the morning. So there's no end to all the walking that I could do there and be comfortable, as well as when you're doing this, you're walking in an adult community. You're not about to come on any real problems, or nothing's going to stop you or impede you from just enjoying the beauty or your nice walk. you know um, so that's number 5. Ta-da, we got 4 more. Okay, number 4, all of the same type of paths, but they're for bicycle riding. I ride my bicycle, when I was younger, uh, and not real younger, but younger. I used to ride my bicycle all over the place because I like the exercise of it, and it's fun, and you can travel a pretty good distance in 30 minutes, you know. Uh, and when I go for a bicycle ride, I like to go between 5 and 12 miles, something like that. Not a long distance bicycle rider, but if I get to the villages, and I'm sure there's bicycle groups because there's a lot of groups, which is going to lead me to number 3, uh, then I'm sure I will start riding with other people, and maybe we will go on a longer ride. But I think anything under up to 15 miles is quite a bit for a bicycle ride, and I'm pretty comfortable. I'm pretty comfortable with like a 10-mile ride. And so many places at the villages off the beaten path that you can ride a bicycle, and even on the streets where they have the cart path areas. I mean, the cart, the golf cart lanes, you can ride them there too. Ride your bicycles there too. And so, again, that's another great draw for me is to be in a safe, uh, pretty safe. You know, don't exactly know how those golf cart drivers drive when there's a bicycle around, but pretty safe. And an adult community, and I'm sure there's a lot of places to ride where you're not even on the street or even a golf cart lane. You know, so I'm looking forward to that a lot. You know, and so up to number three, which I alluded to already, are the clubs. Are the clubs that you can join with 3,000 clubs. I mean, anything you could possibly want to do there, guys. You know, they always say if you're looking for a club and there's not one that exists, you're free to start a new club. You know, and of course, I have a new club. How about a club that is let's get Bobby to the villages? It's a club in itself. You know, we'll have rallies and everybody can subscribe to my channel, and if I get to monetization, I can get there in no time. You know, that's my new club. Is let's get Bobby to the villages. So far that hasn't happened. I, I don't know of any one single club that say let's get Bobby to the villages. And I I my subscribers have grown, but not how I would have hoped for, but still pretty good. I mean, you know, when you come out and you do vlogs, you never really know how it's going to go. When you start doing videos for YouTube, you know, you have your dreams. You try to put out decent content. Uh, Gosh knows anybody who's been with me long enough knows I've tried everything from art tutorials and coming out and singing and doing guitar lessons and taking you for walks and going to the car wash and getting my car washed. And so I'm trying, during this COVID, I'm trying to do about everything I can do, you know. And, but if my channel is successful enough for me to get to the villages um, eventually, then I've accomplished my goal because that's my goal, of course. And the other thing is with number three, so many clubs. Um, Along with that, because it came in number three, along with it is friendships that I'm pretty sure I will make there. You know, there's a lot of things I have interest in. You know, finally, when somebody ever tells me, if I'm at the villages, finally, if somebody ever tells me, "Hey, go fly a kite," I can go do it. There's a club for it. Yeah. So yeah, you know, and actually, I think I would enjoy flying a kite. The other thing I think I would really enjoy is being in a group of people, a club that like to play cribbage because I love playing cribbage. You know, cribbage is one of those games you can only score a few ways. You know, 15-2, 15-4, and a pair of six, and you have runs and you have double runs. And you only go to 31 and you start again. So it's one of those kind of games that while there's only so much you can do, every game is different and every game is the same. I like it because it's quick paced, it's fun, you have to use your brain, you have strategy, what you're going to throw in your crib, what you're going to throw in their crib. You're only using 6 cards plus the card you flop over. So basically, you know, with the other person's 6 cards too. But really, you're only then it's only 4 against 4 because there's 4 cards in the crib if you don't cribbage, and so it's a lot of fun, and so I'm really looking forward, and also uh, RC boats, the remote control boats. I probably will get into that as well. Um, I don't know if I have a big interest in RC cars. Uh, but I might. If I try it, maybe I will. The other thing too, I mean, there's so many clubs. I know one thing I would really like to do, uh, some afternoons after golf or before golf is play horseshoes. I love to play horseshoes. Horseshoes is fun. Don't want to throw my back out, and I'm not really sure how far the stakes are apart at the villages for seniors. Uh, I have to imagine something like 30 feet. So you're throwing a pretty good uh, ways with a horseshoe. But that's okay. I really, I don't, I love horseshoes. The other thing I'm looking forward to is learning new things. Like I have never played bocce. To me, that looks like so much fun. It's not rigorous. You're throwing a ball, but you have to have some sense of timing and rhythm to throw straight and those type of things. And I don't know, uh, maybe I've heard it, maybe I haven't. Seems now that I'm thinking about it, I've even heard of uh, tabletop shuffleboard, where you throw these little metal cylinders and there's some sand on there, and you try to land in 1 point, 3 points, 4 points, something like that. 1, 2, 3, I think it is, and you, I believe you throw four of them at one time. So you push them along that top. So many things at the villages I want to try. So the number three comes out as the clubs and different activities that you can do at the villages. Number two, wow, we're getting close to the top. And I sort of had a tough time between number two and number one because there's so many unbelievable things, reasons to look forward to moving to the villages. Uh, and so, of course, some are going to get pretty stacked, like you say, well, which one is more important? What are you really looking forward to? You know? And so, number two, like I say, if at any given day this can change. Look at me, I'm wobbling now, right? I'm waffling here. But so number two, believe it or not, and I'm a golf teacher. Golf is one of my favorite loves in this world, and that's why it's number two um, at all. I mean, between one and two. But I put it at number two. Um, you know, a guy like me who loves golf, who has had the amazing opportunity to teach golf and see other people improve. What a blessing that is. You know, when you can go teach people and they want to learn and they practice it and they get it and they really improve, there's no better feeling in the world. Because, golf, you're out on a beautiful playing surface. You got acres to play. You have so much beauty. They're manicured. You got gorgeous sand traps. You have You can never master the game ever, so it's always a challenge and it's always fun, depending on your personality. You can get angry if you don't play well. But basically, if you have a good attitude about it, you just try to do the best you can. You're out there in beautiful nature. Uh, it, uh, I think it's the greatest game. I really do. I think it's an amazing game. And no matter how many people you're playing with, if you're keeping your own score, excuse me, if you're keeping your own score, it's always you against the golf course. You know, even if you're playing in a tournament where you're trying to beat other teams or you're trying to win uh, in a single competition, it's still you basically against the golf course. You can't control what other people are doing. You can only control your own game. Uh, it's beautiful. You have nobody else to blame. Uh, you do the best you can, and sometimes it's not all that great because maybe you haven't practiced. If you haven't been out practicing your chipping and your pitching of the ball, you're not quite as sharp. You know, uh, it's a technical game, and it's a pinpoint accuracy game, but it's not pinpoint accuracy if you just want to enjoy yourself. And people play golf for many reasons. They play golf for the sense of community and being with their friends and having that camaraderie. Uh, they play they play so they can go out and have a beer while they're playing with their friends. Some people take it less seriously, and why not? You know, in the overall scheme of things with golf, it's a game. It's a game, guys. You need to go, even if you're serious about it and you want to play the best you can, it's a game. And at the end of the day, whatever score you shot, it's where you're at that particular day or that time. Maybe your back is not as loose as other times. Maybe you didn't take time to stretch. Maybe you didn't hit half a bucket of balls. Maybe you didn't practice your putting. Uh, the enjoyment never has to be less, ever. It just never has to be less. So, so being at the villages, what a dream come true for a golfer. You know, what a draw. And obviously, I'm not the first one to say that because it's there, and people have been there for years. Uh, One of my biggest regrets is not finding my way to the villages, you know, when I had a lot more money. People who know my story know that I took a big tumble in 2008 and 9. Uh, but, you know, the thing is, even when you've had a lot of money and you don't have a lot of money and you've gone through this and that, uh, too many blessings to complain. Way too many blessings to complain. Been an amazing life I've had. And you never know about the vlogging thing. Um, the other thing I'm looking forward to with golf being at the villages is hoping that I can teach. I've talked to a few people, my realtor, a few other people that said, people who write me and you know, you might call them fan mail, but they're just comments. But they feel like friends now. A lot of them feel like friends. I talk to them quite a bit. And they say, you know, Bobby, there's people here who do private lessons. They put an ad in the paper, they do private lessons. So that appeals to me. Uh, I would like to think that wherever I want to teach at the villages, I could teach there as long as it's on my own time. But you know, a lot of golf courses, and it may not be this way at the villages because it is an adult community and it is a community. But many of golf courses, of course, have their own teachers. So they might not like some nosy guy teaching golf at their facility, you know. And I would find out all of that. Uh, and I think people know, of course, you grow up with golf. My two favorite places to play, at least until I get there, because there are more than just a couple championship courses. But my favorite places to play will be Arnold Palmer because of the man, because I grew up with Arnold Palmer in my life, you know. He was older than me by, I think he was older than me by 15 years, something like that. But still, you have to admire the man. And so I'd like to play his golf course, and I probably will quite a bit. The other person I grew up who's younger than me, but I still grew up watching, is she was coming along and made a name for herself was Nancy Lopez. And I mean, you know, who doesn't love Nancy Lopez? What a smile! What a beautiful gal! What a loving person. I mean, she just and you know Arnold Palmer's the same way. Arnold Palmer. I mean, how do you not love Arnold Palmer if you like people at all and you're not angry for what if you don't like these two people, Nancy Lopez and Arnold Palmer, it's hard to find somebody you might like, you know, because talk about two wonderful people. So those probably will be my two favorite golf courses. And the dream come true would obviously be a teacher, be hired as a teacher at one of those golf courses. But with COVID and people not working, and even before COVID, top-notch golf courses, championship golf courses, are going to have their teachers in place already. And so, am I expecting that? No. Would I take it as the biggest blessing in the world? Are you kidding me? That would be a dream come true for Bobby. Uh, so that's number two. Number one, and again, this might surprise you because golf pretty up there for me, and the beauty and all of that, and also meeting new people. You know, again, I'll meet new people. I'll probably play in plenty of tournaments, play in scramble tournaments, uh, be involved with it as much as I can. Maybe even help uh, get tournaments together. Although, again, the Villages is huge. They have a golf director. Uh, can't remember the name right now, but I know they're in that a family like Jennifer Parr and the Schwartz families and all of that Morris family. So look, I'm really looking forward to meeting those people too, and enjoying and talking to them about the courses and uh, who knows. If I got extremely lucky and was talking to somebody about some of my ideas, maybe I could help with a design or two, one or two. I would love to do that for executive courses especially, because I really feel like golf courses in general should be made for the public. And they should be made without not every par three being 180 yards or 200 yards or 223. And of course, I'm sure there's not too many par threes like that at the Villages because you always hear of the executive golf courses having maybe one or two par fours and mostly par threes. So that's wonderful because I really believe uh, people should be able to go out and enjoy golf and have a good time and have a chance to score well. And that's great. And I know that they do that and they do it very well. I've seen, I haven't been to the Villages, but I have seen, you know, some videos of they show a few holes, people playing a few holes, like they were showing, Linda from Jerry and Linda's Newcomers, the Villages Newcomers, and she had she wasn't she was on the forward tee, so she was a little bit left of where people in back would might tee from, and coming in from the left to the right, the hole was left to right movement. Not a lot, but you had to might have been a sand trap over here or a little lake or something. Uh, and she could get there in one. How great is that? I mean, that's the kind of thing that makes it fun. You have a chance at your birdie. You know, you have a chance for a hole in one. And hole in ones, you get a hole in one in your life, you can't stop smiling. You know what I mean? And it's one of those amazing things that happen to you. And if you get one, you really can't go around saying, "Oh, I'm great. I'm great. I did it. I did it because I'm so great." You know, you're going yards. You hit I got a net hanging around me. You have greens that don't have to be that small, big greens, but you have a hole that's only like this. You know what I mean? So if you get a hole in one, don't be trying to act like you're all that plus a bag of chips. You're very lucky. Do you have to be good to hit the green? Yeah, you have to be pretty good. Well, sometimes you can slice it and still get on the green. But basically, yeah, you have to be pretty good to get on the green. But for you to go into that hole and not admit there's some luck there, that's not cool, you know. And I with my hole in ones, I've been extremely fortunate, like I said, I mean, I there's pros who've never had a hole in one. There's lots of people having hole in ones. I've been fortunate to have 5 hole in ones in my life, and so so I'm so lucky. I actually had 2 hole in ones in one round of golf, which is amazing. Um, 200 yards and 184 yards. I think I, I think I put that article on my blog one time because they wrote an article about me and all of that. And the odds of something like that are like 1 in 17 million or something crazy. And but yeah, so I was so lucky. And that particular day that I got my 2 hole in ones in one sanctioned round of golf, it was amazing because that particular day they pair you with different people all the time when you're in these clubs. And I was playing with the president of the men's club that day. And so talk about great witnesses. Uh, so it was great. And but what I'm saying is, you talk about luck. 200 yards uphill. You know, I'm hitting a 3-wood uphill. That I was a little younger back then, so I could do that. Actually, I could still probably do that. I'm in pretty good shape. But um, that's amazing. It's amazing. Not only that, the green is undulating. It goes from front to back, and it goes like this. On that hole, this is crazy, guys. I'm telling you, you just wouldn't believe it, but you can believe me. On that hole, I had three hole-in-ones. One on the upper tier, and as they go up there, go up on the upper tier and go into that hole. Two on the lower tier, and it's astounding. You have to pinch yourself. You have to. You're so lucky. It's. I'm telling you, it's just so much. And of course, the other one, when I made a hole in one on that hole that one day, and I made a hole in one on the par three second hole. Second hole, third hole, third hole. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, the third hole, and it was 184 yards. So that my shortest par three that I got a hole in one on was 149 yards. And so I really didn't have any, like, 95-yard hole in ones or 110 yards. So and if I did, I would still love it. You know what I mean? I would still love it. So don't get me wrong. It's just that the ones that I had were were, were at least longer holes, and I can think back on them and visualize them all. Uh, it's unbelievable. Anyway. I'm rattling too long here. So, but what I was trying to get at is number one on my list. Number one on my list when I move to the villages, and it may not be an issue because I have a lot of people who comment to me and ask me certain different questions. What kind of a woman for a wife would you be looking for? Blah blah blah. So this number one holds up unless I meet somebody else. Okay. So number one, from my expectations or what I'm really looking forward to moving to the villages is companionship. It's uh, it's for a wife. It's I expect, and the one reason that I say that is because at this point in my life, uh, I would like to be with a woman who would love to be at the villages. Well, if they already are, you know, 80% of my problem is solved. Well, maybe not 80. I still have to meet somebody, fall in love with them, have them fall in love with me, and have it be a great relationship, you know. And, you know, there's so many people there, uh, so many beautiful people. And I'm sure there's people like me who are widowers and like me, I'm a widow. I'm a widower. And, you know, uh, everybody's different. Everybody's different. But I feel like I need a companion to complete me. I feel like there's that special bond between husband and wife. Uh, if you have good communication, there's things you could talk to your mate about that you would never talk to even your friends about. It's personal. It's whether it's your dreams or hopes or what you share in common. Uh, you know, everything doesn't have to be the same, but the more things you have in common, just taking a walk together. If I meet a woman who just loves to take a walk, maybe she won't play golf, maybe she will play golf. If she plays golf, all the better. If she doesn't play golf, but doesn't mind me going out and playing most every day, uh, that's fine. Uh, and I can tell. I mean, I can't say I can tell, but I find most people to be pretty reasonable and loving people. And I especially feel like I see that when I see people interviewed at the villages or just see them uh, doing activities. And I think most people are pretty easy to get along with. This thing about I can understand this too. Don't get me wrong. I had a great relationship with my wife, and uh, I can understand this thing of people thinking there's one special person in this world. But in my heart, I don't believe that. I believe you can be in love as much as possible with one person, and you would never dream there's somebody else that could take that place, or somebody else who would have been that same person. I do understand that. But I think there are so many beautiful people in this world that if you're lucky enough to meet somebody with a big heart, you know, excuse me, if you're excuse me, if you're lucky enough to meet somebody who will work with you, love you for the rest of your life, share their time with you, share their life with you, uh, just enjoy being together, uh, whether you're sitting around at home watching Survivor or whatever the things you like to watch, Big Bang Theory, whatever it is. Uh, I'm one of those guys. Uh, I like to watch stuff like The Voice. Those magnificent voices and beautiful sounds, and uh, feel like I shouldn't even be singing after I watch something like that, but I do because I enjoy singing. I enjoy playing the guitar, even though when I play the guitar, I'm what you might call, I think of it this way, as a banger. I'm banging that guitar. I'm not playing, you know, lead guitar and playing individual strings. I'm playing chords, and and I'm going to try to start learning how to play finger picking more. Uh, I enjoy that. I enjoy watching it, but I've never done that. I've always enjoyed singing, so I'm playing chords and singing along most of the time. So yeah, so number one for me is being at the villages and looking forward to meeting the new love of my life, my new my new companion, my lifelong companion. You So there you have it. My top 5 reasons. Well, I can't wait to get to the villages. Walking paths, bicycle paths, riding bicycles, meeting new people, and uh, enjoying activities. Number 3. Number 4. Are you kidding me? All the golf in the world. I hear different numbers. So I would just say if I have got 40 golf courses to choose from at the executive golf courses, that's amazing. That's going to be wonderful. Uh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. And the thing is, um, for me to get there, something good really has to happen in my life. This channel has to go well, and if this channel goes well, don't expect to be a multimillionaire over it. I won't. But you can make pretty reasonable money if you keep it going, and and that's what I expect to do. And I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing until I can't do it anymore because I'm going to do everything I can to try to get to the villages. And so yeah, golf number 2 and relationship, meeting a mate there and enjoying our time together to be the best time of our lives, the rest of our lives and the best time of our lives together. Uh, and hopefully she will, well, I wouldn't get married if it wasn't that way. Hopefully we have such mutual respect for each other and so much love for each other. It's just a win-win, you know. And so I've enjoyed our little chat today, and you've got to know my top 5 reasons. And like I say, I might think of more reasons, and there might be some that are uh, balanced in a different way. I don't think my top 2 will ever change. I'm a golf teacher. I'm a golfer. If I can stand up on one leg, I will still try to golf. I love it. Uh, if I just go and go to a putting green and putt for an hour, I'm a happy camper. practice chipping. Uh, I love the practice. I love the precision. I love to try to get better, and very fortunate to have had the career that I've had, and looking forward to more. So I really appreciate you coming by Villages Dreaming, guys, and visiting with Bobby. And if you haven't subscribed before, please consider subscribing. That's going to help me on my journey to the villages. Um, and please give me a thumbs up. I love those. Uh, and if you don't want to miss another video of mine, hit that bell notification, and you'll be notified every time I have a new video coming out. So again, I appreciate you guys more than you can ever know. Please feel free to comment about what your uh, maybe top 5 reasons to be at the villages, your top 10 reasons. What's the best thing you like about being at the villages? Um, Let me know. Give me comments. I love reading that type of thing, and it may make me think in a different way as well. You know. So until I see you next time, guys, have a great evening, and God bless.